Hey, this is Christopher McCore from Wholeness Geeks .com, and what I'm going to share with you today is the meditation associated with the Enneagram Type 5. and I'm excited to share this meditation. I've been doing this meditation for in some form or another for almost 33 years. It's a Buddhist Vipassana meditation. It was brought to, it's called sweeping. And essentially what it is sweeping the mind through the body, scanning for sensations in a systematic way. There are other uh, Buddhist Vipassana meditations involving sensation, but it's more of a random kind of sensing of sensation throughout the body, whereas this is systematic. And what I mean by that is that you pick a certain pattern of moving through the body, and you stick to it, and in doing so, um, you're assured that you cover every area of the body. There's no like certain areas that you just kind of forget and leave out. Um, so and the pattern, I'm going to suggest a pattern to you, um, and the reason I like this pattern is because it develops a sense of the spine in the body. So the pattern essentially is that you start at the top of the head, and you move in a spiral, right? It's as if your spine extends all the way up to the top of your head, and you move. And so we're going to move in a counterclockwise spiral, um, in this band of uh, our heads, like a band of maybe an inch or two. So we're gonna move our awareness in that kind of spiral, right? It's going clockwise, and it's centrifugal, meaning that it's starting in the center, and it's going out. It's getting, the spiral is getting bigger as we go out. And we do that all the way out to the edge, till we're feeling the sensation on the edge of our head. And when we get to the edge, then we move down one band, and then we move in. So we're going centripetally, and we're going clockwise. Before we were going counterclockwise, now we're going clockwise, and we go into the center of our, as if the spine extended up through the head. So we're going we're like going in a spiral into the center of the spine, and then when we reach the center, and all the while we're scanning for sensation, then we move down a band, and then we're, say, at a level of about the brow or the eyes, and then we move out counterclockwise to the periphery, and then move down. When we get to we move down one band, and then we go in, and we just keep, every time we get to the core or to the periphery, we reverse direction and move down. We move down one band in reverse direction. And so you systematically move through your whole body, and you kind of move the looking for the right word here, the the hub of this movement is the spine. We get all the way down, and so then as we're going down through our legs, it's like the spine is almost like the spine is going like right down through the the middle. The imagined spine is going down through the middle of the legs and all the way down to our feet. And when we get all the way down to our toes, then we we reverse direction and we start moving up, and we move back up systematically. And when we get to the top of the head, then we start moving down again. And so in this process, we are, like I said, we're scanning for sensation. Now, it's important in this, it's a few things that are important here. One is that, so we might get to a place in the body where it doesn't feel like there's any sensation there. if you, I assure you there is. And if you get that place, just kind of like stop and just, kind of wait for the sensation to appear. And it will, it's whatever it is that is, happening in the moment, it will change, and so the body is like it's like, this is the laboratory. This is our laboratory of change, our body, and we get to, to examine it firsthand. And then if you get to a place where it's like it's painful, there's like some kind of dense area, and there's like an ache there or something like that. Once again, get there and stop and just wait for the sensation of that pain to appear, and it will, and it'll actually start to, you'll start to feel relief, because you're not like sort of stuck with the pain. You're actually feeling into the pain. Another important point in doing this is that you regard pleasant sensation and painful sensation with the same neutrality, right? When you just, it's like, oh, oh, this is pleasant, just moving through. Oh, and this is painful. Okay, just moving through the. And when you do that, you get this. You develop you develop equanimity is the word, actually, which is the ability to experience essentially life with, whether it's good or bad. You're sort of like, you don't lose your seat. You're just oh, okay, pleasant. Oh, oh, that's painful. And you just keep moving through it. So, yeah, let's go ahead and do a little bit of this. I'm going to set my timer to 1 minute and 11 seconds. We won't get very far, probably. Yeah, let me actually say a little bit. You may find that it could take you a half hour to move one pass through your body, from your head to your feet. And that's when you're starting out, that's probable that it's going to take, it could even take longer, but you're going to find that your ability to move through your body and to sense sensation in this way that I've been describing, with equanimity, it changes, the speed changes. Sometimes it's slow, sometimes it can be fast. It's not, one's not better than the other. It's important that if it gets where it's flowing a lot, make sure you stick to the pattern. Like don't kind of, oh wow, we're going for a ride, and then just kind of let it. You want to stay in, you can go through your pattern fast. Make sure you're still feeling sensation. It's the the sensation is like the currency of this meditation experience. And like I said, this pattern I just call it like a spiral sweeping. And because we're moving around the spine, we actually develop a sense of spine and the sensation in the spine, which will come in handy later on with other things. So let's go ahead and do this. We're going to do it for, and generally when people do this meditation, it's with eyes closed, and that is the way I do it. But we'll do this for a minute and 11 seconds and then check in. So here we go. And just to remind you, we're starting at the top of the head, moving in a counterclockwise spiral that's moving centrifugally, meaning it's moving out. When we get to the edge, we're scanning for sensation. When we get to the edge, to the periphery of our head, then we're going to move down one band, and then we're going to reverse direction and move centripetally, clockwise inward to the core of what would be our imagined spine. And when we get there, we're going to move down one band. And so let's just take it from there. Here we go. Okay, so I only got down to about the level of my neck, um, just to give you an idea of how it is for me after doing this meditation for 33 years. Yeah. Oh, one thing I want to say is that if you find that you get kind of like distracted and you kind of get involved with thoughts, just and those thoughts, they can come up in direct relationship to where you are in your body. The body stores information. But when you get like overly involved in the thinking of that, just label it thinking and go back to the technique. It's the technique is about the sensation and about the particular pattern of moving through the body. So yeah, that is this is a meditation that came. It's a Buddhist meditation, a Vipassana meditation. It was brought to the West by an Indian man named Goenka, and but he learned it from a Burmese civil servant whose name was Ubang Kin. And yeah, it's a very powerful meditation. When I first started doing this 30 years ago, there was a complete shift in my I'm looking for the right word here, in my experience of the experience within myself. There was a significant shift. I had been pretty much a head person, and I not to I'm still a head person, but I have a really good sense of my body now. And when I first started doing this, it was actually pretty interesting. I started getting really interested in aerial photography because the experience of like moving through the body was like it was like aerial photography and looking at the terrain. You just got, the patterning of terrain. And yeah, and it's like, and that kind of shift was kind of appearing in my dreams. And so it's a very powerful meditation. And I think that's all I want to say about it. So anyway, this is Chris from Core. This is from wholenessgeeks.com, and this is the fifth, the meditation for the type 5, Enneagram type 5. Thank you.